And we are back, and we're joined now by Jan Tramontano. Did I get that right?
You did.
All right. And you're
rarely happens, but yes, you did.
I practiced all last night. You're the author of a book called What Love Becomes. Here it is.
That's right.
I'll hold it up. It's a big, thick book. Tell us about it.
It is. It's a novel, fiction. It takes place locally here in the Capital Region area, even though right now I have moved to Florida.
Oh, wow.
So I would like to thank you for supporting a local author.
Did they fly you up here?
Oh, yes,
for this?
Yes.
Wow.
Anne has been wonderful in supporting me in all my writing endeavors. This is a book about love and marriage and what happens when you fall into love and you really don't know who you've married, which happens to us more than we would like it to happen. And it's the gradual getting to know one another and how we live our lives and what we decide to do when the person that we think we've married is really someone else, and when we get to know each other. And it's about the big things that happen in our lives that impact our marriage. In the case in this book, I'm a fiction writer, but I like to write things that people don't really know about. And in this case, in my last book, it was centered on a Vietnam vet, but in this case, I wanted to raise the issue of a Persian Gulf War vet, because I don't know that many people know about the pills that were given to our vets that were given to protect them against the possible sarin gas and chemical munitions that Saddam Hussein might have had when we went in. And they were pills that made the vets sick. The Department of Defense really didn't have anything, and they did the best they could, and they used an investigational drug that was used for myasthenia gravis that caused some cognitive issues, it caused birth defects, things like that. And so this was something that one of my characters suffered with, and it was something that affected their marriage, and it was like an outside thing. And the other couple in this book had something that was more of an internal kind of thing, that many marriages suffer, and there's a collision in this marriage. So that's basically what this is about. It isn't a book about marriage that you see so often now, where the husband, kills his teenage girlfriend and the wife finds it. It's more something about the things that happen in your life that you have to slowly uncover. And
well, I like it. It says in the description here, at its heart, this story is about the choices we make, how they shape our lives. And I'm into the family tree and all that, and it's just fascinating to me that all these people had to meet and get married and have kids for you to be here. I mean, it's just fascinating. Yes. If they had decided to go left instead of right one day, you might not even be here.
That's right.
So it's amazing how you can look back at decisions that you made and how they affected your entire life.
Right. And also one of the big issues in this book for these couples is the impact of having children or not having children. And when we get married, we think, oh, we're going to have a family, and things happen. Things happen.
Doesn't always work out that way.
It doesn't always work out. And do you make changes? Do you not make changes? But it's also not all heavy, and there's a lot of humor, and it's about life and its interest.
What book number of this is yours? It's not your first book, probably.
No, it's my second novel, but I'm also a poet, and I've had a number of poetry books as well.
Do you have your own website?
Yeah, I do.
And all
of
that?
course I do.
Good. What's
JanTramontano.com.
Excellent.
My name.
You should all, if you're watching at home, you should all own your own domain name, your name, whatever your name is, .com.
Yeah, before someone else takes it.
Somebody famous or infamous.
Right. Even though I couldn't imagine it, but there is another Jan Tramontano that is around. So.
And how did you get into writing?
I've always been a writer since I was young, but I started writing seriously about 25 years ago. There's a very, very big writing community here. Very big spoken word. the New York State Writers Institute was here.
Oh, right.
And, you know, I learned an awful lot from them. And I had my own writing business.
Really?
I was a freelancer here.
Okay.
You know, because I've always lived in this area until about 10 years ago.
And you moved because of the weather?
Yeah, well, we were snowbirds
Yeah,
for a
okay.
while, but then it got harder and harder to leave. So, and it was really hard juggling two places.
Right,
so
right. So
we opted for the blue skies.
Okay.
Yes.
And you come back to visit friends and family and all
family.
that?
We're back a lot,
Okay.
yeah, because our kids are here. And as much as I try to write a Florida setting, I can't. My books
No?
are still, Albany, Schenectady, Capital Region
Did Ballston
based.
Spa get a mention in there anywhere?
No.
No, next
Is that where you're
book.
from?
Yes. So your next book, throw Ballston Spa in there for me. Or at least
Yeah.
Saratoga.
Yeah.
Saratoga County. Tell us about your first book. What was your first book?
My first book, that took place in the 60s, and that
Okay.
was really Albany-centric because Albany was almost a character in that because it took place during, the raising of the center of the city to build the Empire State
Okay.
Plaza.
And before we finish up, Anne always likes to announce what's happening next week on the show. Next week, she's running a show that they ran with the Empire State Aerosciences Museum. She's going to be rerunning that, and she'll return live on June 4th. So, and your first book, you like the Capital District's locations for your books?
I like the locations. It's home. It's, it's hard. I do very, very deep research for my books, and I really like to know setting. And, I know the flowers. I know everything is really real in the books, even though they're fiction. And I just haven't been able to make that transition.
Do you use actual people, like the mayors of towns or well-known celebrities?
That I changed.
Okay.
That I changed.
Probably
In the last book, Corning might have been in there, but he wasn't.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He was long gone by then. So.
Right. So that was okay. This is fiction, except I did a lot of research about the PGW vets and
Very good. Well,
and other things.
I'll hold up one more time.
Yes.
What Love Becomes by Jan Tramontano.
Available at Amazon, my website, Barnes & Noble.
All the usual spots.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining us here
Thank
today.
you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And join Ann in 2 weeks. She'll be back live. Thanks for watching.